Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and this is episode 4 of the Stitch Your Own Adventure podcast. I know it's not very far, but I'm very excited that I've made it to episode 4. So this is a podcast that is about knitting and crochet primarily, just where I share what I'm working on, what my plans are, anything sort of crafting related. So with that, let's get into things. I did not get quite as much crafting time over the last week as I'd hoped. I had some sort of unexpected plans come up, and last night I was like, I'm gonna do so much knitting and reading, and I'm gonna do all these things I didn't get to do during the week. And then we had really severe thunderstorms where I live here in Minnesota, and we just kept getting alerts that we had to go shelter in the basement, and yeah, things did not go to plan, but everything is fine. There's no damage or anything, at least not on my street that I have seen. Hopefully everyone else is okay. It sounds like it was a really big storm system, so I'm sure there have been people who were affected by that, and if you are one of those people, I'm thinking of you. So anyway, let's get into things. I'm not wearing any knitting today. It's hot, and I just didn't feel like I wasn't ready for it today. So anyway, I do have a finished object, or I'm gonna call it finished. It hasn't been washed and blocked, but finished enough for our purposes. So this is my Summer Secret Crop by Jessie Made Designs. Whee! All right, can you guys see it? It's blowing out a little bit in the color, but it is, it's a little cropped tank top. I think it turned out pretty cute. So this project did not take long. I think I'd started it, 2 episodes ago, so like 2 weeks ago. And technically, I really did have it finished, I think the same day I recorded last week. And then I just didn't do the straps. I just didn't sew the straps down until this morning. But the straps are sewn. They are not just pinned, they're sewn on. Yay, yay me. So anyway, this is a crop top. I didn't get gauge at all. I didn't even get close to gauge, so I went up a size. I probably didn't need to. It is a little bit loose. I think I could have done with a little bit more negative ease. I think it's kind of just at that state of 0 ease. I think I would have liked a little more negative ease, but I was worried if I made my size it was going to be way too small because my gauge was so off. But no, it fits. Hopefully it doesn't stretch out too much. I haven't blocked it yet, so it's possible, but regardless, it will be comfy even if it's not super flattering, which at this point I think it's fine, and I would totally wear it out with high-waisted jeans or something. But if after a while it stretches, I can still wear it around the house and it'll be fine. The only modification I made is I did do a few extra rows at the top and added some ribbing. I just, on some things I don't mind the curled hem, but on this where it's a sort of square neck, I really wanted it to look a little cleaner. I didn't want it to be doing that thing where it kind of flops down just at some points, and I don't know, I just thought this would look nicer, so I did a little extra ribbing on the top, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. My gauge is still really off, so I'm not really sure why it's so big, but oh well, that's okay. It's a mystery. But yeah, so this is my, I'll hold it up one last time, my Secret Summer Crop by Jessie Made Designs. And it is, I made it using Knit Pick Stroll in the color Hummingbird. It's got a little bit of color pooling, but for a one skein project, it's I just don't mind. I don't mind at all. I think last time I mentioned, as long as it doesn't look like camo, I'm happy, and I don't think it looks like camo. So there we go. And I still have quite a bit of yarn left. This much. I don't have a way to weigh it right now, but I think that's enough to, I maybe could squeeze a pair of shorty socks out of it. Maybe. I could definitely get some heels, toes, and cuffs. Easy. Let's see. All right, so then that is my finished object for the week, and I put the bag away without the project in it. Oops. Anyway, so that's my finished object. So I only have 2 works in progress this week. And I think, no, I don't think you've seen both of them. Well, we'll see. So this one you've definitely seen, because this is the pair of socks that I am making for Ben, out of Patton's Croy. This is out of the Patton's Croy Gray Brown Marl is the colorway. And yeah, so I finished one last week. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just needed to Kitchener or something. I was like very close to the end of this sock. So this first sock is finished. And then I made some decent headway on sock number 2. Would have liked to do more? Yes, I would like to knit all day. But alas, I can't do that. Anyway, so I have the leg completed. For Ben's socks, I do 64 stitches around, 70 rows for the leg, and now I'm just in the middle of the heel flap. It's a slip stitch heel flap, and then I will do, yeah, heel turn, gusset, all that fun stuff. Get started right on with the foot. I am really excited. Ever since I learned, I'm trying to remember which project I learned it for. I think it was for the crop, the Secret Summer crop. But ever since learning the Old Norwegian Twisted German cast on, oh man, like these socks, look at how stretchy that is. I'm so excited to know how to do that for socks now. Like, I hate that feeling when you pull it and it's like, feels that ring, like that ring of tightness where it won't stretch anymore. So yeah, it's a whole new world up there for socks for me with that cast on technique. So yes, nothing too interesting or exciting with that project, just carrying on, plain old vanilla socks for a big man-sized foot. It's funny, it's like I get to this point and I still have a decent amount left of this sock, but in my head I'm already like, ooh, I should be picking out what color I'm gonna do for my next sock. And it's like, you are only 3/4 of the way done. There's still a decent amount to go. I've got plenty of time before I need to decide on my next project. Anyway, so then here is my other whip. And this I don't believe I showed you. I think I showed you guys the yarn, but not the project. So I'm just checking to make sure I get the name right. Okay, so this is a shawl, and I'm making it with Lion Brand Shawl in a Ball, which, let me double check the label. I know I told you guys last time, but it's a mixture. It's a blend, 50% cotton, 39% acrylic, and 3% other mystery fiber, I guess. I'm so curious what that is. I really am. But anyway, this shawl is called Touchstone, and it is by Fogbound Knits, and it is really tangled up in my yarn. But it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so go ahead and take a look. It's nice, it's clearly written. I'm excited to see how it turns out. So I think, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I got a decent amount done. The yarn is doing kind of a nice ombre effect from this like cream color into the gray. Into the gray, and then it's gonna go into this black color. So I think that'll look nice. But yeah, it's a really simple pattern. It's like mostly garter with some simple eyelet sections, and it feels like it's going really fast. I still have quite a ways to go. There's a lot of different rows. But yeah, the pattern's easy, really easy to memorize. So I would recommend. But this is, the yarn is like kind of weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I'm not disappointed in it per se. I think it is what it is, and I'm fine with it. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it's turning out. I actually think that the texture on the garter section is like pretty nice. Like, I think it'll be pretty cozy to wear. I don't know how warm it'll be with that mixture of fibers, but it's pretty cozy feeling, at least. But yeah, it's this really interesting, like, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got this like bumpy texture. And it's, you know, I think it's like cotton fibers, and then it's got some sort of fluffiness wrapped around it. Maybe that's acrylic. Maybe I have those mixed up. But yeah, it's got some fluffiness. It's just kind of inconsistent, which is, I'm not sure how intentional that is, but like, look at this section. Look at this. Like, this is like so thick all of a sudden. So much fluff compared to all these other strands. So that's a little annoying. When I've gotten to these sections, I've been kind of like pulling off the fiber a little bit. It's all right. I think that this yarn is actually discontinued, but I mean, I'm sure there's plenty floating about in the world. I've got like 4 skeins of it in my stash alone, just from when it was on sale for like $2. Given that I spent $2 on this, pretty high value. It's quite a decent amount of yardage. I think it's 500 or so. 518 yards, 473 meters. So yeah, like it's pretty decent, especially considering what I paid for it. But yeah, so this is the Touchstone Shawl, again by Fogbound Knits. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. I have not made a shawl in this shape before. So I'm curious to see, I guess, like how wearable it feels for me. And yeah, if I like it, I could definitely see this being such a good pattern for like gift makes. Yeah, I think it could be really nice because it, especially with all the eyelet sections, like it feels like it works up really quick. There's never like too many of those in a row. You always get a little bit of a garter break, which is really nice. So yeah, I would recommend it. Yeah, so that is my new pattern project, and I think I made a decent amount of progress considering it was just a week, and I also did the sock, and I finished up that shirt, and there were all the life interruptions. I think it was pretty good. Anyways, so those are my current projects. Now that I finished the crop, I am really kind of itching to cast on a garment. I do have one in mind that I have yarn for. Like, I purchased yarn for it quite a while ago. I hadn't bought the pattern yet, so I did just now download the pattern, and I might be a little bit over my head, but I'm not sure yet. The pattern is the Spring Sorrel by Wool and Pine Designs. I have to double check, but and it's really beautiful. It's like a fitted, cropped, short sleeve top. It's got a high neck, and it's got a beautiful detail sort of like coming down around the yoke area, and it's got a lot of techniques I haven't done, so it will be an adventure. Like, I just sort of skimmed through the pattern, and I was like, oh, don't know that, I don't know that, I've never used a chart before. Let's see how this goes. So hopefully I will have a fun update for you next time. We'll see. We'll see if I get to it. This week might be another busy one, but if I'm able to get that cast on, hopefully I'll have something to show you and something to report. Yeah, so that is kind of where I'm at. This is not a very long episode. I don't have a ton of content. I'm not sure if I want to switch to every other week or continue doing weekly, but I don't know. I think I'll keep doing this for now and see where things go, but I will be sure to let you know if something is changing. Anyway, I realized that in all of my episodes so far, I have not told you guys much about myself. So I don't know, I thought that I could get into that a little bit and tell you guys some more about me. If you are not interested, that is okay. Thank you for being here for the knitting section, and I hope you have a great rest of your time over the next week. So yeah, so as I said, I live in Minneapolis. I've lived here for, like 9 years, I want to say. We're coming up on 9 years, and I was born and raised in California, in the East Bay, so like San Francisco Bay Area, and then I came out here for college, and yeah, I've been living here ever since. After college, I started working in sort of healthcare administration at a nonprofit. I'm still there. I do, administrative tasks. I do healthcare admin and some supervision and stuff at a local nonprofit that provides mental health services mostly to kids with autism. So it's a really wonderful place to work. I really do enjoy my job and all the people who work there, but it is a very full-time job, so I don't always have time for knitting. I'm not someone who necessarily brings my knitting on the go. I don't know, it's nice to have like focused, relaxed time, and then other time, I'm trying to think some other things about me. I love reading. I read a lot. I danced all through like elementary school, high school, college. I did dance, I did ballet. Yes, I did do pointe, which was really fun. I never was like super serious about it. I never thought I was gonna be like in a ballet company or anything. So it was just something that I was really passionate about, but not like, it wasn't like my life goal. I do miss it though. I was taking like some adult classes before the pandemic hit, and then that really just like shut it down, and I haven't really danced since, but I would love to try it again someday. I have lost any flexibility I once had. So it would be a challenge, but maybe someday I'll do it. Anyway, that's a little bit about me for the day. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe if you would like to be notified of additional content that I put out. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, so happy to have you. So honored that you are spending your time with me. And I would really love to hear what you guys are working on. And if you also want to put in the comments your thoughts on thunderstorms, I would love to hear that. I have mixed feelings. Just gonna put that out there. I think that they are awe-inspiring when you see the lightning and the thunder. Like, they are amazing and incredible, and part of me wants to watch them, but the other part of me, the practical part of me, is like, this could go from like awesome to dangerous in a moment, and I want to be prepared and I want to be safe. So I know I get a little anxious about them. I definitely have some fear. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Are you like, yes, this is awesome, storm chaser type person, or are you more of a like, I want to go to the basement now kind of person? I find myself like definitely in the middle, leaning more towards basement. Anyway, that's it. Please share in the comments. I am so curious to know. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. It's been so fun chatting. Talk to you soon. Bye.